As the years passed, there's one thing that Swami would very often do during darshan. For some reason, he would always come to me and keep asking with me, so how is your father doing? Is he okay? Is his health fine? And all the time, I would say, Swami, yes, Swami, by your grace, he is doing okay. In somewhere near April 2007, it was, a pujari who was then serving Bhagawan from a very long time, he conveyed to Swami that he would like to retire. And Swami was then looking for a replacement. Now, my father, he comes from a family that has been trained in the Vedic traditions from a very long time. He was also trained as a priest, and he had always kept his his practice of chanting the Vedas every single day. So a lot of people who knew him, they came to me saying like, why don't you put forward your application, give a letter to Swami saying that my father can be the pujari. But I had this one principle that, I would never impose my will on Swami. That Swami, this is what I desire. I had always left it to Swami saying that whatever you do is good enough for me. So I decided that I won't, forward my application. In fact, two of my bosses, they very sternly told me that, look, you should apply. And I still said, this is not something that I can do. A couple of days later, I got a call from Mr. Chakravarti, who was the secretary of the Sathya Sai Central Trust at that time. He just said, Hari, I want you in my office and I want you to bring your father with you. So I sensed what it was all about. I called my father and within 10 minutes, we were in front of Mr. Chakravarti. And he asked my father a few formal questions. And I was getting the impression that he was interviewing my father for the position of the priest at the mandir, at the Sai Kulwant hall. And suddenly he cut short the question. He said, okay, so Swami has already decided that you will be the priest at the mandir. And I want you to sit in the bhajan hall today. And he turned to me, he said that I have told Swami that it is your father and hence I want you also to sit along with him in the bhajan hall. So that evening, very excitedly, like I was seated in the bhajan hall, my father was seated a few feet away. And as Swami came in for darshan, in my mind I started remembering all those times when Bhagawan would ask me, so how is your father, where is he? So I imagined that, this is what would transpire this time too. That he would come into the bhajan hall, he would look at me and say, so where is your father? And I would, very dramatically point and Swami, he's sitting right here. So that was how I imagined that it would play out. And Swami entered the bhajan hall, he walks right past me and goes straight to my father and stands opposite him. And the first words that Swami says, like he puts his hand like this, he says, Abba, Uchava. And that's when I realized, how shallow I had thought, first of all, that relationship that Swami was or my father's relationship to Swami was through me. This was a one-to-one relationship between God and his devotee. And in those words, I could sense, sometimes we say that we pray so hard to be near Swami. We never actually realize from Swami's side that he is trying so hard to pull each one of us close to him. And as this happens, in this process, we are distracted by a number of things that, we want to earn money, we want to earn a position, we want to get power. All those things are, Swami very patiently allows us to play through all those distractions. And finally, when we are ready at the right time, Swami finally pulls the devotee so close to him. And that's when Swami is able to say at last, you have come to me.